As an electrical contracting company, do you need to care about SEO or search engine optimization for your website? The answer is yes, like hands down. So let's break into it. SEO is actually like a killer, super important thing. And it's the difference between when somebody searches for something, your website popping up versus it not popping up and someone else's website pops up. So as a business, you can understand locally when somebody's searching for an electrician, you want to be the one to pop up. So we have CJ with the SEO Contractor who reached out and said that he wanted to kind of help us with everything that we're doing and also talk about contractors because he specifically does SEO work for electrical contractors. To start out, we're going to talk in this video a little bit about what SEO is, what the importance of it is, and why you should care. All right, so we have CJ here. CJ is a SEO expert of sorts. So CJ, give yourself a little bit of an intro and talk about what you do.
All right, hi. So again, name's CJ. Been working for the SEO Contractor, a company that my brother and I started about 13 years ago. So we've been doing SEO specifically for electricians and home service companies for over a decade. And basically what that means is getting them to the top of Google. So we make sure websites get to the top of Google and those websites are found so that you can get business.
Awesome. So we are making him prove himself through our website, and we're going to test this over time. So without further ado, we've talked a little bit. You've kind of told us like a few of the problems of our website that we put together, and we're hoping to just address all of those and kind of transparently talk about, what's messed up, what are we doing wrong, and what can we do to improve over time. So where do you think we should start with SEO? Like, maybe some people don't even know what SEO is and why it's important.
Well, so yeah, let's start there. SEO, search engine optimization. What that really means is optimizing your website to be found when someone does a search. So optimizing, just making sure the performance is there and able to where when someone goes to the search engine and types a word, that we've made your website so that it's the one that's going to pull up. And it's not so cut and dry. You can't just make a website pull up. So it's kind of like your website is like someone going to the gym. You have to work out, you have to eat right, you have to do all these things to your site consistently so that whenever someone types a search, like say electrician near me, your website's the one that Google chooses to put at the top. So that's ultimately the goal. Some people separate website and SEO in their mind. They're like, oh, I don't really need my website. I just need to get found in Google. Well, your website, so you can't go to the gym if you don't have the body. So you got to take your body into the gym if you're going to work it out. And that's what your website is. Your website is directly related to SEO, and it's all about the content, how you write the content. Is that content something someone's searching for? And then how can we make sure that content is found?
Yeah, so if I'm understanding right, it's like any site could be found. You might be able to somehow stumble into like sparkyelectric.com in Austin, Texas. But if you want to consistently be at the top of the search so that Google is constantly feeding your name down everyone that's looking for your services, that's where you have to do some tricks in optimizing your website. Is that right?
Yeah, yes. I don't know if tricks is, let's use a different word. Yes, tactic. Let's use a different word besides tricks, because Google has been spending its entire existence trying to let people not trick it.
Right.
So, but you're on the right path. Let's think about, let's say there's, and I'm sure there's at least 100 electricians in Austin, and they're all fighting for the number 1 to 3 spot. Well, first they want to be on page 1 where there's 10 spots, but you want to be in the number 1, 2, or 3 spots. So you got 100 plus electricians fighting for the number 1 spot. So when someone goes and types electrician in Austin, electrician near Austin, Google has to instantly decide who's the best one for the spot. So the website that is the most active, the one that has content that's written very well for people, giving them advice, teaching them about their brand, the one that basically is optimized, it's active, it's working. Google is going to look and say, oh, this website no one's even doing anything with this website. It was put up 3 years ago. It's 2 pages. Or this website is 100 pages. It's got blogs. It's got content. They're updating it every day. So yes, they're doing tactics on this website, whereas this one, they're not even touching. So why would Google put the small little one that no one's touching compared to the one that's being active? And that's what we want to do. We want to make an active website that represents your brand and your business.
So for the average electrician, like with Electrician, you were different. We're a content machine. That's all we do is produce content constantly on, everywhere on the internet. So this is kind of an easier chore, I think, for somebody like us. But what would you say is like a 30,000 foot view of Joe Schmo electrician that's got a website? Does that mean that they need to be writing like blog articles every day? Or when you're saying like updated daily, to me as an electrician, that's like, oh crap, that sounds like it's a lot of work. So how do you even do that?
Well, so they are very different. Electrician University versus electrician in Austin or near me or local. Yeah. Because you're dealing with national, one's dealing with local. Now they're also the same in the sense where for you, Electrician University, you're spitting out content, blogs, types content constantly. But your core pages of your website, which I've already looked at and we can show you here, aren't necessarily set up to be as hyper targeted. So now we'll get into that in a second. Now the local electrician, most likely their website is easier set up to be hyper local targeted. Electrician in Austin, you can easily make the couple main pages of your site focus on that. And again, that could be any city, Dallas, that could be any state. But then, the electrician, they're not the ones doing content like you guys are every single week. But that doesn't mean people in their area aren't searching for content. So in other words, what about the homeowner who's wondering why their electrical outlet is not working or the light's flickering or, how do I need to put a new panel in my garage for the EV car that I got or whatever, They're going to Google and they're doing searches for questions. How do I fix my, how do I DIY this fan that I just purchased? How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do that? Well, that's a great opportunity for the local electrician to answer these questions, write articles, write frequently asked questions, blog topics, and maybe a DIYer goes and says, hey, my lights are out. I don't know what to do. Boom, finds your article, reads it, and then realizes, oh, I probably shouldn't do this myself. And now they're on your site. So we actually help local businesses like electricians not have to write this content. We do it for them, but we just get with them to make sure we're doing it accurately and whatnot. But yes, a website needs to be active. So even if you're a local electrician who's out all day doing work on homes and residential homes, your website still needs to be working for you online, answering questions to the homeowners in your area that need answers.
Yeah, so in that way, you kind of need to be the hub for your customers. At least locally, for the work that you want to do. And the more of a resource you are for other people, the better, I guess, optimized your site's going to be for everyone around to find you and want to hire you.
You said it better, I think, than I did, actually. So good job.
Well,
it's a resource hub.
Yeah. So I have this kind of like analogy that I use a lot of times where you can have the best, coolest store out in the middle of the desert and no one's ever going to come to your store if no one's ever heard of you. Whereas if you have a whole bunch of arrows and signs and advertisements and things, you have a better chance of people getting there. But if you're in a marketplace with a lot of people, a lot of shopping customers, everything, you're more likely to be seen. So with SEO, I've always kind of thought of it as trying to build arrows and signs and reference points and things and getting yourself into the kind of the community itself so they can find you.
Yeah, and using that analogy, which I think is a perfect one, we can segue into Electrician U, because right now you have a website that has a lot of content on it. And that means that your website, your location out in the middle of nowhere has a lot of signs pointing to it. There's a lot of little roads and a lot of little signs of people getting to your site currently through this content that you've already produced. But there's some major highways that have yet to be built to your site. So there's a couple pages on your site, your homepage in particular, as well as your 2 other pages where you want to get people to your learning courses. Well, these 2 or 3 pages, those are major arteries that have yet to drive traffic to those pages. And that's what I can, what I want to look and help you try to do. Whereas you have all these other little arteries that are driving tons of people and they're getting answers. We've got some main hubs here that we can still work on. So it's a similar, if you look at any website, it doesn't matter if you're a local business or a national business, if you're a residential or a B2B, there's always opportunity. Even once you get going down the road, 3 months, 6 months, a year later, there's always opportunities out there to add new pages, add new content, rework stuff, and make sure that these road signs, these highways are leading people to you. Because that's the difference between, so let's just say, what's the difference between SEO and buying a billboard? The billboard you're placing in front of the guy already driving by. The SEO is someone who is looking for you. So whereas when you're driving down the street, they're not thinking about, oh, I want an electrician. They're just seeing the billboard every day and saying, hey, one day when I'm ready, maybe that's the guy. But when they go to Google, they're going to Google because they're saying, you know what? I need an electrician in here near me, boom. And they are going to you. They are seeking you out. So that's what we want. We want to make sure when they're seeking to find you, that you're the one who pulls up.
Yeah, because that's the most dense need at that time. Like they're ready to buy, they want it, they're looking for it. The billboard it's kind of funny that people will spend millions of dollars on a billboard because most people's phones are in their faces and they're looking down while they're driving, but it's like a weird net that you might catch one customer every once in a while. But when you have people hunting for specific words, like that's where you need to be.
Yeah. And, one thing also too is that there's 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 other people on that same, assuming your website gets to the top of page 1, there's still 2 or 3 people under you, or maybe you're one of the 2 or 3 people's under the number 1 guy. So oftentimes they click all 3. They don't just click the top 1. So, you're going to Google, you're clicking this electrician, but then you're clicking that one and that one, maybe giving about 2 or 3. So at this point, not only did they find you, but now your website, your brand, your content, your imagery is what now needs to convert that potential sale. So it's one thing finding you, it's another thing, they get to this guy, he has no images, it's all text. I don't even know who this is. You get to the other one, they got stock images. You get to one, and you see, oh, that's my whole staff. There's my trucks. Oh, that's the guy that I'm comfortable with. It could even be something where they get to this website and your colors are red and this guy's blue, and maybe that person likes blue better. I mean, I don't know. In the end, you never really know. But it's not only about driving them to you, but it's about once they get to you, being able to make them feel comfortable and trust you with the content on your site.
Yeah, and I think the overall point, so we don't have to keep kicking the dead horse on this, is that this is a process that you should be involved with daily, or weekly if you can't do daily. Like with Electrician, a lot of people might not realize this, but Brett and I are in the website doing things, changing it. We are the website. He and I are the website. And so we're, writing things, creating courses, changing settings, we're working that thing because that is our machine. That's our business. And so the one thing that we haven't done is we've tried a bunch of different little SEO software and stuff like that, but we had that same attitude where it was just like, we'll worry about SEO later. And as it sits, we've had a pretty trashy website for a really long time. We just spent a lot of time putting something together that we think is really, really profound. So now's the time where we're like, we can't keep gaffing this off anymore because we need to actually present this really, really forward and be smart about it. So I hope that was insightful for any of you guys that do have a business and you're like, why is my site not ranking? This kind of sucks. I hope you see the importance of taking SEO seriously. And this is all stuff you can do on your own. This is stuff that literally, CJ gave me some homework. I went home, did this stuff to my site. And then in the next video, we're going to start talking about doing keyword research to figure out what you do and what you want to show up in Google for when people start typing stuff into the internet. So if you're curious too, check out CJ's website. So SEO Contractor. If you guys are looking to hire somebody, he's amazing to work with. He has a lot of really killer insights, which you will see in the next few videos. Love you, crazy people. See you in the next one.